What's up everyone, this is Wasim from the Tech Boys, and this is going to be my battle between the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the Apple iPhone 4S. So let's go ahead and get started. First round is going to be on the hardware and design of the phones. You can see the Galaxy S3 is on the left, and let's go ahead and take a look of the S3 first. So you can definitely notice the big screen on the phone. It's a 4.8-inch HD Super AMOLED display, and this is running off Pentile technology. You can see a 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera, and you'll see the physical home button as well as the capacitive menu and back button. And the phone is extremely thin. It's at 8.6 millimeters thick. You can notice the metallic designs around the side. And this phone does look like a pebble, just like Samsung says, but it is a nice, refreshing look. The back is the 8 megapixel camera. It's actually the same camera system as the iPhone 4S. You can see the flash as well as the speaker. Micro USB on the bottom. Your headphone jack. And if you pull off the back cover, you can see your 2100 removable battery, as well as the expandable micro SD card slot and your micro SIM tray. So Samsung did a really good job with fitting a big battery, as well as you can expand the storage. This specific model comes with 16 gigs, and you can get models with 16, 32, or 64 gigs. And of course you can expand it to an additional 64, so you can just get a ton of storage on this device. And this is a Galaxy S3, full plastic material, so it's not going to wow you, but what wows me is the thinness of the device, and it keeps it extremely light. And now we have the iPhone 4S, and then we've all seen the iPhone before. Nothing has really changed design wise. I have a skin on my iPhone, but if this is a white, so you get a white glass on the front and back. The same 3.5-inch Retina display. Pixels per inch, the iPhone does beat out the Galaxy S3. This has about 326 pixels per inch, and I believe the Galaxy S3 has about 306. So higher pixel density, but the Galaxy S3 has a much bigger screen. The 8 megapixel camera on the back, as well as a VGA camera on the front. Your physical home button, as well as all your connectors on the bottom, and the micro SIM tray. So again, the design is going to be based on you. The Galaxy S3 is a pretty big phone, so definitely check it out at the store. See if it's you can hold it comfortably in your hand. I have a pretty good size hands, but it feels really comfortable in my hand. iPhone 4S is getting a little small compared to the other devices, but if you do like the small compact feel of the iPhone 4S, then definitely check it out. Alright, next let's look at the OS. So on this iPhone, I'm actually running the latest version of iOS 6.0, and then on the Galaxy S3 is running the latest version of Android Ice Cream Sandwich with Samsung's TouchWiz UX interface. So again, this is not going to be a full-on test. I'm just going to go over the basic features of each operating system. So we've all used the iPhone before. You basically have your home pages of just apps. There's really no customization. If you pull down your notification tray, this is the only thing you can probably customize on the phone. You can add your 3 different kinds of widgets. You can see a new share widget in iOS 6, as well as all your notifications. And of course on the home screen you can get, you can make your folders and rearrange them, but that's about it. And then you'll notice some newer apps like Passbook in iOS 6, as well as the new Maps application. And now with Ice Cream Sandwich, if you never used an Android phone before, this is definitely a really nice change from iOS. It's really pleasant to move between your home pages and customize how your device looks, move applications around, change the wallpaper and add some live wallpapers. And you can see if you go to your application drawer, you can check out all your widgets right there. Again, just a ton of customization options on the Galaxy S3. If I pull down the notification center, you can see a lot of toggles for your Wi-Fi, GPS, power saving mode, Bluetooth, driving mode, etc. And both phones do come with voice assistant applications. You have Siri on the iPhone 4S as well as S-Voice on the Galaxy S3. Check out my video on our page, and they both work really well. I've found a lot of glitches on the Galaxy S3. Sometimes I would have it look up information and then it would say, oh, would you like to call this person? I'm like, I did not even say his name. Why are you asking me to call him? So there's just a lot of glitches on the Galaxy S3 S-Voice. It's not as refined as Siri. And with iOS 6, Siri is a lot better. It can do sports, restaurants, as well as other things. Next, we're going to look at the web browser on both phones. So we're going to jump into Internet Explorer. So, and in both browsers, you're going to expect the same kind of performance and features. They both can do offline reading. The Galaxy S3 can run Flash media, while the iPhone cannot. You're also getting a bigger screen on the Galaxy S3, so browsing experience is going to be a lot better. And let me increase the brightness on here. Okay, perfect. So we will go to a website. Let's go to The Verge. TheVerge.com. TheVerge.com. Again, the iPhone's on a beta software, so this is not going to be a speed test. Both browsers are fast, but when I was testing iOS 5, the Galaxy S3 was definitely a lot faster when loading web pages. So we're going to go to the bottom. We're going to move to the full site. Alright, so you can see on the iPhone's loaded. I mean, you can't really see any of the text without zooming in because the screen is not that big. So you can go ahead and scroll through the page, and it's really smooth, especially on this beta version. But you can expect that with iOS 5. So really easy to pinch around. You can double tap and you can zoom in. So that's pretty simple. The Galaxy S3, the same thing, extremely smooth. And it's just a bigger screen, so it's a lot easier to read a lot of different things at the same time. And they both have features like offline reading. You can print your web page, put it to your home screen, and all that. But definitely I'll give the browser on to the Galaxy S3. It's a lot faster loading pages, getting a lot more features, as well as the bigger screen, so it's a lot easier to read your text. Alright, next we're going to do the camera comparison. So they're the exact same camera system. They're on f2.6 aperture with a backside illuminated sensor. They both have HDR capabilities. The Galaxy S3 has a lot more capabilities such as HDR. You can do panorama. You can do a lot of different shooting modes, as well as burst shot. So definitely the camera round is going to go to the Galaxy S3. The exposures, so it's a lot of features. So I'm just going to take a test shot just to show you guys how the interface is. And if you go to your settings, you can edit portrait mode. So use your front-facing camera. Autofocus macro, face detection, shooting mode, HDR beauty shot, panorama, cartoon, buddy photo share, so if you have other people with the Galaxy S3 or just any device in general, it will share that photo right away by using face detection technology. Shooting mode, you can change the resolution of your photo, so if you don't want the full 8 megapixel, you can go down to as low as 0.3 megapixel, which that's something you can't do on the iPhone. Now let's go ahead and do that picture. You can easily focus in. And it takes the photo really fast. And let me show you guys the burst shot as well. So we just need to go to shooting mode, burst shot. And all I have to do is press and hold. and it got that. So I just go back to the picture. It's going to show all the shots I just took. So that's really cool if you're taking a picture of someone moving or doing a jump, playing sports, things like that. And then with the iPhone's camera, nothing really changed with iOS 6 other than the black scheme. So you can turn off your flash, turn on grid and HDR, that's about it. Again, both cameras are really good. These are probably the two best cameras you can get on any smartphone today. But the Galaxy S3 just gives you a lot more features, so that's why the camera run will go to the Galaxy S3. Alright, next I'm going to just talk about my personal opinion as well as performance, battery life, and in the long run, what's the best device for you? So, as for battery life, the Galaxy S3 definitely does get a lot better battery life. I'm on an HSPA Plus Galaxy S3, so that's going to be different once the LTE models come out. But I've been getting a solid day and a half or even more on the Galaxy S3 with the iPhone. Battery life is still very good, but it's still not as good as the Galaxy S3. Data speeds are both on HSPA Plus. They're getting about the same speeds. And my personal opinion on the device, I honestly like the Galaxy S3 a lot better than the iPhone 4S. It's a lot bigger screen, a fresh new operating system. You're getting a lot of features that you don't get with the iPhone, like customizable OS. You get expandable storage, so if you ever run out of space, you can always put a 64 gig micro SD, so you can expand that. A lot of cloud support, as well as the Google Play Store, is very competitive, and it's very comparable to the App Store. And if you do like iTunes and all the iOS integration like iMessage, and if you have a MacBook or an iPad, it definitely works a lot better on the iPhone because you can share your information across all devices, which is really cool. You're also getting a really great Maps application with iOS 6, so if you haven't seen it compared to Google Maps, I still believe on Android beats it out. You're not getting any like Street View on iOS Maps yet. So let me go to San Francisco, and let's go to Maps on here. So there's San Francisco on both devices. And I will go to satellite, and you can do 3D mode on the new iOS maps. And let me try doing a similar thing on the Galaxy S3. So you definitely don't get the same kind of 3D view. The only way that would work on Google Maps is, I believe, if you go to I go to layers, and then I go to turn off satellite. So if I zoom into the buildings, you can definitely see the 3D view. But you don't get that satellite overview like iOS yet on Google Maps. I believe that's a future update coming soon. So that's a little comparison. They're both really solid devices. In the long run, the best bet for you is probably the Galaxy S3. Especially in the US, you're going to be getting an LTE phone, as well as the latest version of Android, and Samsung's next best phone, the iPhone 4S. They came out, it's almost hitting its 1 year anniversary, so there's going to be another iPhone coming up soon. You're still getting a great phone on the iPhone 4S, but you're going to get a lot better phone and more up-to-date phone with the Galaxy S3. So that's why the Galaxy S3 is our winner today. Thank you guys for watching my video. A lot more videos coming up on the Samsung Galaxy S3 and hopefully upcoming iPhone 5. And we'll go and put those phones head to head as soon as that phone comes out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Again, this is Wasim from the T3CH Boys, and see you next time.